All right, boys and girls, let's take a look at something I bought yesterday. Today is the 1st of January 2024. And just a reminder for all those that there is a major total solar eclipse coming up on April 8th, 2024. Check that out to see if you're in the path of the eclipse. I will be. I'll be in the path of totality. First time, and I've seen 7 eclipses, so this will be the first time, but I'll probably have to travel a little bit depending on weather. But in any event, that's just something to check out for this year. That's a major event. If you are anywhere near the path, I suggest go to it. You know, don't be a few miles out, 50, 100 miles. Do recommend seeing it. I've seen 7 so far. So the item we got today is a Kobalt, and it is a 7 amp 1.25 horsepower variable speed trim corded router. Item number 5207238, model K7TR-03. And they were on sale regularly like $99.99, and they were on sale for $59.99. So I thought, you know what, let me pick one up. Lord knows I've got routers coming out of my ears, but it doesn't hurt to have another one, does it? So let's open this up. Now that sale supposedly ends January the 17th of 24. Alright, so this looks like an extra base plate. Nice and thick. Some manuals. And let's see here. Well, edge guide. And it looks like obviously you get your wrench for the collet, and then you've got the collet nut and a thumb screw thing there, probably for various different things on the router. I'll have to see what that's for. And then we have a dust chute. And inside here, let's see how we get there. There be the router. Now here's that collet, that extra one that was in the bag. That's an 1/8 inch. So that's really cool. You see it's got oil on it to keep it from rusting. And this is your dust chute. Probably attaches on the router like this so that it comes up off the side. And that is made for 1.25 inch hose attachments on your shop vac. And of course the wrench to loosen up the collet. And then these 2 knobs that we'll find out where they go. And your edge guide. Just, you know, run-of-the-mill stuff. Nothing much different than what you get with today's tools. This obviously, in fact, one of those nuts probably go for this, one of those thumb screws. This will go up on the router base like this. And this allows you to do, a lot of times if I'm doing things like this, I like to set up a board. It all depends on the size of my stock, but I don't always use something like this. And here's the extra round sub base. Or I shouldn't say extra, it's the only one you get. It's got an 1.5 inch diameter opening for your tools to go through. Should be decent enough. And the diameter of this is 5 11/16. Nice and thick. And of course, as usual, you do get a manual for the operation. If there's any questions, always refer to your manual. Now, what I really like to see here, one of the things I was wondering about is parts. Look at this, boys and girls. There's a parts list. So I'm hoping that if you ever needed to get an extra sub base, that you'd be able to order these things. That I can't say for sure, but it's nice to see this. If you could call Kobalt and say, hey, you know what, need an extra sub base, you want to change something around, do something, you know, because there's been times I've changed things, you might want to cut that off flat on one side for a certain purpose, you want to get some extra ones. So if anybody knows, please let me know then. But so this might be hopeful. Now if we take a look on their website, it's showing that it is ER-11 ready for CNC makers using end mills. Now, I won't be using it for that, but for those that are, and here's a website for those that are interested that gives more information on this. And here's some information. You can pause the screen on the different parts of that router. Okay, so let's take this out of the box. Wow, it looks like you get a nice long cord, which, assuming that it's for CNC, as this is moving back and forth, you want a long cord. So, because you don't get cords like this on your customary tools. They're not going to be this long at all. Now, this thing's got some heft to it. This is not a lightweight. I mean, that motor, there's a little bit of weight to this bad boy. Well, guys, that cord is approximately 98 inches. That's 2 inches past 8 foot. And this unit was manufactured in June of 2023. And just a quick look at the exterior. This has got a really nice feel. The base, this black rubberized surfaces that it's got, very nice. Got this quick release so that you can do quick adjustments up and down. And then lock it down. This is your lock for the arbor so that you can push that in. So when you want to loosen that spindle there, you can do that. Your base. Like I said, it's got a nice heft up here. On off switch, speed control. Very nice. And for repetitive cutting, it's marked out in millimeters and your standard inch measurements. A close-up of just the base. And then this is where your edge guide would go. Go on there just like that. And then, let me grab the right knob. Then this would be the knob that you'd use to tighten that down with. And while we're still on the base, that adapter that you get for your shop vac to attach to collect dust, what you do is, see that little knob there by my thumb? That goes into that hole, and you just push that back like that, and then that's where that small thumb screw goes in to hold it. Just like that. Here you see the arbor lock, that hole that was made up. You push that knob in. So all you got to do is push in on that lightly, and then as you turn it, as soon as it catches, that knob will push in further, and now you can use that in combination with your wrench. That'll hold that arbor, keep it from spinning, so you can put your tooling in there. Now I had mentioned earlier, you also get an 1/8 inch collet and nut, and here you see what comes on it is the 1/4 inch collet and nut. Let's turn this bad boy on. I'm going to leave the base off, and let's see, I'm going to put this all the way to 1. So here's your power switch. You've got a light, built-in light to illuminate your work. Now you noticed how nice and smooth that started, no jerking. They call that a soft start to reduce the startup torque and prolong the life of the tool. This has constant speed control, which electronically increases the speed when cutting hard materials, thus allowing you to power through difficult cuts. The speeds are variable from 10,000 to 35,000 revolutions per minute.